questions to ask throughout our campaign. With the confidence rising, I told WDF don't switch. Good times are coming on infinity diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch alongs to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Welcome back to Transfer Weekly. This is the show where I talk about all of the transfer rumours revolving around Crystal Palace in this January transfer window. These episodes will be released every single Monday, and you will find all our previous episodes in the playlist that this video is placed in. Please don't forget to check out all the shorts and the TikToks to get more up-to-date news, so you don't have to sit around and wait for these episodes every week. Alright, got 3 players for you today. Let's get into it. Ronnie Edwards. He's a player that Crystal Palace have been looking for and has been scouting for a good few years now. We know this because I've been covering Ronnie Edwards from the last few years. Ronnie Edwards, otherwise known as the centre-back with a Cruyff turn. The only difference is that back last year he was valued at £7.5 million. However, now he's had a whole extra season in League One and he's worth £10 million now, so, you know, another year, and he's been absolutely killing it since we last spoke about him. Ronnie Edwards is a 20-year-old English centre-back that currently plays for Peterborough United, and he's currently contracted to play for them until June 2025. This means he's only got a year and a half left on his deal, and this is probably what's keeping his price so low, because any Englishman that is playing at a decent level and is young, his price is always heavily inflated. However, because of his short contract, his price is kept down, and this is probably the best chance for us to pounce on this deal. He is a very capable left-sided centre-back, and he's proven his price tag in League One. And if anything, for a League One centre-back, this is an extremely high price for him. He's had 0 injuries throughout his whole professional career, and he has started 25 games so far this season, which every single game he started, he's played every game that he started. Also, to add on to that, he's got 40 appearances and starts for last season as well, so he's been consistently strong in Peterborough's starting lineup for the last 2 seasons, which for someone as young as him is very, very impressive. He's 6 foot tall, and he's got some great attributes to him. He's got pace to his game, he can read the game really well, he's strong, he's a great tackler, and he's great at hitting that long pass to the wingers. To me, that sounds like a very specific centre-back that we've already got at Crystal Palace. He's extremely well-rounded centre-back, and for all the attributes and his price tag, there are lots of Premier League teams looking at acquiring his services as well. If I'm honest, I'm so happy that we're actually looking at this guy again, because I know that it's a link for someone that's not going to be ready right in this second. However, it's definitely a move for the future. Getting a replacement in for someone like Joachim Andersen, which he's very similar to in playing style, before Joachim Andersen actually goes, will give us a lot of time to manoeuvre and then maybe make him more comfortable in the Crystal Palace setup, so that if we did buy him maybe after Andersen went, let's say, then he'd have to come in and have to hit the ground running, whereas he can come in, settle, and then he can be eased into it nicely. Obviously, I have compared him to Joachim Andersen because he does have very similar qualities, but I do think that Edwards is ready for the step up. Granted, it's a very huge jump from League One straight into the Premier League, but I feel like if he's that young and he's done that well, Championship teams have wanted him for many, many years, and they think that he's more than good enough for that level. Many top Championship teams have wanted him, like Leicester and Ipswich this season, and I feel like he could come in and definitely make that step up. And if I'm honest, if we can get this done for maybe £10 million, maybe even a little bit more, I think this is a good deal. Someone that's very similar in age to someone like Mark when we first bought him, but has the attributes of Anderson, he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him, and I feel like if we could do it, we've brought in an absolutely incredible talent for not a lot of money. The talk is that Palace are looking to purchase him for around £10 million, but we have offered a little bit less, but that is a very Crystal Palace thing to do. The price set is not what we want to pay, and we'll always try and pay under it. However, Peterborough, if we don't want to pay the full 10, they would like a hefty sell-on clause, so they'll be able to profit off of our sale in the future. And that's the only stumbling block really in the whole deal at the moment. Honestly, I think we should just pay it. I think that it'll be a great deal. As we know, Dougie doesn't miss. I don't think he's ever missed for us in a very long time now. The scouting has been incredible. We've scouted him for many years. We've scouted someone like Franz for many years. He's finally played in the cup and he's looked pretty decent. Everything else Dougie's done, I think we should just trust him. And if those rumours for him to go to Man United because we're not buying the players he's scouting is true, I think we really need to try and get this deal done. And as I said before, getting a replacement in for a centre-back that is going to leave soon before they've actually left is good business in my opinion. Anyway, let's move over to Rich, who's going to talk to you about some links away for Michael Elise.
Big up everyone, it's your boy Rich, and big up JC for giving me the opportunity to share in Transfer Weekly. Now, I'm going to bring you obviously news regarding probably the talk of the town, Michael Elise. And now he's obviously the talk of the town for various reasons, including reports about him potentially making a move in the summer. So there are numerous articles that have come out, including the Mirror as well, stating that the winger is could potentially be leaving in the summer. And what has happened is that there's been a new release clause after he signed a new contract with us. Summer just gone, and that release clause stands at £60 million. Now, you can have your own opinion on that. I mean, I think it's obviously a bit low, but maybe that was part of the factor of him signing the deal, not trying to, be held hostage in a sense, similar to like a Wolf Azar situation. But either way, it is obviously 60 million at the minimum. Obviously, if we get into a bidding war, hopefully that could obviously bump the price up. But with every club, they could just trigger that release clause and that may be it. Add that to that, there are reports coming up now from the Daily Star saying that Manchester United, what they're looking to do to obviously get ahead of this deal is to offer Wan-Bissaka within it. And I believe the deal is to have Wan-Bissaka plus 45 million in the summer. Now, obviously, Wan-Bissaka is a free agent in the summer. However, I believe United are looking to activate the 1-year clause. Whether or not that's still available is another question. So then that brings up another curveball. Do we take that sort of deal? Or do we just go strictly for the money? So it's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a very difficult one and something that we will need to think about as a club. But let's talk about Michael himself. Like, he's obviously had that injury-ravaged season. He got injured obviously for France in the Under-21 European Championships, which kept him out until I believe he returned in October, maybe November. He was due to come back towards the end of September, early October, had a setback. Because obviously with hamstring injuries, it's very difficult to rush back. Made his return, and his output's been brilliant. He had 9 games so far, 7 of them have been starts, 5 goals and 1 assist. Now for someone who obviously has just come back from a long hamstring injury, that return is absolutely incredible. And bear in mind, he has created 4 big chances as well. So he's been very, very productive. Now, the question is, what would he offer United? Well, he's better than all the right wingers they have at the moment, and that's facts. He's going to be obviously direct with the ball, great delivery, and one thing that's definitely improved in his game this season is his defensive output. He's definitely working hard to support the right back, whether it's Klein or Ward, whoever it may be, and he's done a brilliant job with that as well since his return. The only issue is obviously whether or not United will be the right move for him. They've got a track record of killing their right wingers, and there's nothing that no one can deny it. They're absolutely killing their right wingers. So I wonder, with other clubs like Liverpool or potentially even Man City, why not wait? Maybe see if Bernardo Silva leaves and maybe go to Man City, develop better there. Mo Salah's coming towards the end of his career as well. Maybe a move to Liverpool might be better for him as well. But yeah, listen, big up Jay-Z for allowing me to share on Michael Elise. Granted, I wish he could stay, but this is always going to happen. This is always going to come about. So obviously the rumours are that Michael Elise could potentially be leaving in the summer with a release clause of £60 million.
Christian Mosquera is a player that Crystal Palace are looking to pursue in this January transfer window. The only real issue with this transfer is that Valencia do not plan on selling this young player unless they receive a very large offer. The 19-year-old Spanish centre-back currently plays for Valencia and he is 6'2". He's a very dynamic centre-back. He is currently contracted to Valencia until June 2025, which means he's got the same contract length as Ronnie Edwards of 1.5 years. And as I said with him as well, this could play into our hands in the fact that his price can't go up too much unless they do sign him onto a long contract. Looks like Valencia will try and sign him onto a long-term contract. However, Mosquera has been contacted by Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace have made him very aware that he is the long-term plan at the club. So, hopefully, he'll be within our reach. However, if he does sign that contract, he'll definitely be out of our reach. He is a very young centre-back with a lot of first-team experience so far this season, with 14 starts and 17 total appearances for Valencia's first team, and he's impressed teams all over Europe with his incredible performances so far. He's very fast, he's very strong, and he's got that certain X factor into his game where he's able to read passes, intercept crosses by getting in front of them and intercepting them before they even get over him and get onto the end striker. And he's just very, very comfortable on the ball. He's able to pick up the ball, turn, pass out. He's one of the top passers in Europe for under 21s for progressive passing as a centre-back, and also he's just so comfortable with dribbling forwards, very composed, even does a few step-overs when he's running forwards. He's more like a midfielder, and he's got multiple positions he can play. He can play both sides of centre-back, and he can play at right-back if needed. He's got all the attributes to do all of those positions incredibly well, and if I'm honest, I'm very happy to be looking at this guy because he's looking like a real top talent. He's also incredible at 1v1 defending. He's top 3 in under 21 players in the whole of Europe for highest percentage of duels won over Europe with exactly 75%. He's got a total of 4 clean sheets so far this season, and that means he leaves with an average of 1.1 interceptions per 90 and 1.5 tackles per 90. Currently touted by lots of reporters that he's going to go straight to the top, and it's great to see that Crystal Palace are the first on the scene to try and sign this guy. Certain people say that he's similar to William Saliba with his playing style, and if he can even replicate Saliba to any kind of level, then he'll be absolutely incredible for a team like Crystal Palace. Obviously, I feel like if he's getting that much recognition, he's probably going to have other teams which are a little bit more established, maybe even European teams, in looking for his services. However, I feel like the fact that we're there first, we've made contact, and we've made it very clear to him that he will be the long-term project. And also, we are a Premier League team as it stands, so we've got a lot of pulling power. Like Aston Villa got Unai Emery, and that was a bit out of left field, so anything can happen, you know. But if we can somehow pull off this signing, I wouldn't say everything's forgiven for the board when it comes to buying players, but it's definitely a huge signing of intent for Crystal Palace. Also, with 0 injuries in his whole professional career, it looks like it's another bit of incredible scouting from Dougie again. It's great to see that we're looking at players like Mosquera and Edwards, which means we're definitely planning for time away from Mark and Anderson. I wouldn't say time away, but I would say more of a when they go, we've got people in the wings ready to take over their position. And also, it could bring a little bit of competition for them. Maybe even though they're already great, maybe it will add some competition for them to maybe improve on their game as well. I would say that Mosquera's got very similar attributes to Mark Gay, as I said, with all the pace, the power, and the dribbling forwards, as he is very similar. But overall, I'd say they're very worthy replacements for these guys. I wouldn't say they're ready as of right now, but I feel like getting them in now so they can work with the team and be settled by the end of the season to maybe take over from them next season. Maybe if one of them go, or maybe even if 2 of them go, we've got those guys already in, and that money we can invest it elsewhere into the squad. And hopefully we can start to do this thing that we've always wanted to do: buy young talent low and sell them for a high price and reinvest it into the squad. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've got any players and rumours that you want me to cover in the next week's episode, please remember to put them down in the comments. Remember, like, share and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so you get notified half an hour before all of our live streams and when all of our videos come out. Also, don't forget to check out the TikToks and the shorts for daily Palace news and updates. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Guys, I'll see you next week. Up the Palace. Eagles!